And this morning we're talking about being prepared, and we've been working for months trying to get everything ready for an upcoming snow season, and trying to let everybody know that we do a lot of work beforehand, before the first snow. Brought the equipment out for you. We've got 559 pieces of equipment all ready to go out for the first snowstorm. So we do a lot of prep work. We clean them up, make sure they're ready from last year. We get salt in our snow dorms. We put all the plows on our trucks. That's why we're here today, so you can get a picture of it and let people know that we're ready. From a perspective of last year's snowstorm, one of the worst snowstorms ever hit the region, hit us pretty hard, affected our customers a lot. We want to be more prepared than we were last year. So we've actually got the equipment ready. We've got our winter plan ready about what we do for alerts. When we see a snowstorm coming, we get everybody on alert. We have various stages of alert. We have a preparation stage that gets our people and our equipment in the right places where they need to be before the snow gets here. Then we actually go into various stages of an operating plan about whether it's a 2-inch snow or a 4-inch snow or an 8-inch snow, or God forbid what we had last year, a 16-inch snow, 20-inch snow. Really hurts us hard. So we need to be prepared. We need to get our customers prepared. Beginning later this month, next week and the following week, customers will start seeing some of this equipment in the stations themselves. We actually store it in various places so that when it snows, we've got our equipment in the place. The various sweepers, some of the plow move, our customers will see them out in the stations. Behind the scenes, we've got heavy track equipment that's behind me again, that we put special shoes on so we can keep the ice off of the third rail. We call them scrapers, so that we can get the icers on the trains. That's actually equipment that we spray on the tracks, that we put out special on the trains, so that as the trains are moving, they're trying to keep the ice out. That's also available. Customers actually see that during ice and a snowstorm, but it's only on one car at so many trains, so not everybody sees it. It's an opportunity to get them out there. But what we're trying to do is trying to keep our trains running as much as we can. We also have plows you see out here trying to keep our buses out. We've got to get them in and out of the divisions. We've got also our trains, our massive yard you're seeing here. When it snows and we get hit with 8 inches of snow, this is a lot of land to keep clear. We got to keep the tracks clear so the trains can get it in and out. Last year, because of the amount of snow we had, we actually went into some of our heavier phases in terms of what we do with snow. 2 and 4 inches of snow, we try to run everything in terms of buses and trains. As you get above 8 inches, we start, and it's still snowing and it's predicting 16 inches, we actually pull back to an underground area. So that information to our public public is much more aware of it now, because we did it this year, did it last year. We're prepared to do it again this year. We hope we don't have to, but we want to get ourselves prepared, and that's why we're doing the event today, to tell the public that we're ready. To be prepared ahead of time. More so, it's been a long time since we had a 20-inch snowstorm in this region, so people get, a little relaxed in terms of what they're doing. So we want to be more prepared. We want our customers to be more prepared. We, for the first time in quite some time, we actually retracted some of our train service and didn't serve everything. And so how we do that, we want to get notice out on days that we're going to do that ahead of time so people can plan their trip better. We also decided that we're going to try to do some more work on what we call the Yellow Line Bridge, which is the yellow line that comes over from Virginia, because we're going to try to keep that open as long as we can, because that shuts off a whole segment of our system, even the underground system. So we're going to try to do some extra work out on the bridge, get more snow dumped into the river type of thing so that we can keep service over the bridge, keeps trains running. Those types of things that we've done. One of the things that was successful last year was when we do something with a major snowstorm, we actually do pull back, and that does inconvenience a lot of people. But what that does for us, it allows us to be ready for when the snow is stopped and people are cleared the driveway and cleared the streets and want to go back to work. We have to be ready for that. And if we just keep all of our equipment out there and keep running and have problems with the rail cars that absorb the snow and get moisture into the traction power motors, that's a problem for us to get trains back in. So we know that there are people out there, but there's not a lot of people out there. So if we give them enough warning, we're actually getting ready for after the snowstorm. We protect our equipment, we can get the tracks cleared, we can get the platforms cleared, we can get the stations cleared sooner if there's nobody around. It's sort of like the streets. If there's when the snowstorm hits and there's cars stuck all over, they can't clear the streets. We have the same problem. So that's what we found last year. We're going to try to employ that. In order to do that, it's a communication plan. When do we do it? How do we do it? How do we tell the customers ahead of time? That type of thing, plus the yellow line. Similarly, on the bus perspective, we're now working with all the local jurisdictions to say, these are our major bus corridors. How do we get that clear? How do we get the message clear to the property owners to keep the walkway to the bus stop open, the bus stop itself open? That's not ours. It's not our property. It's really the property owners themselves that are responsible for doing that. It's not even the jurisdictions. So we're out there with them trying to get that message that says it's important. It's your customers, it's your residents, and it's our riders. We all need to do our job to keep that clear. We have a lot of track to clear. We've got a lot of platforms to clear. What to do with the snow on the platforms became a real problem last year, because you can't push the snow from the platform onto the tracks, because then the trains can't run. So the sooner we get out there and get the 2 inches off at a time that we can do, the better. Those are the types of things that we're looking between that, the roadways that you see, our yards, the parking lots, and even our bus yards. We've got 1,500 buses that are there, but when we park them, we got to be able to get them in and out. So there's a lot of maneuvering we do within our yards, so that again, as we move buses in, they're in a clear area, they got to weigh in and out, and next day when we're up for service, we can get our drivers in and get the buses out.